So, you can see like downtown is where like, Dan Gilbert is putting most of his money in, but it's mostly like, the Woodward corridor. So that's why like the streetcar is coming in there because you can transfer people from one building to another building, and keep all your money invested with just by yourself basically. Illage is like the Grand River corridor, so you can see he calls this Foxtown. We call it an oasis of parking lots. It's this part right there. So it's just northwest within like the downtown loop, if you will. Mm-hmm. That's all parking lots, and you can't park there.
All this is all parking lots, but they own all these guys. They own all the orange.
Yep. And so as you go up, this is a casino, so they actually built there finally. But this is an old school, more parking lots, and this right here, they actually had to pay. You can look it up on like the Free Press or News. There was a plumbing company that was there for over 100 years. They paid them to relocate somewhere else, and they got the last parcel of this. So this triangle is all Illage property right now.
Right.
So something's going on there. We're looking for maybe like major chain grocery store like a Kroger or Meijer, or maybe like a large movie theater, or just a mixed-use development of some sort. I mean, we're all spitballing because the Illages have a history of just letting stuff rot, so property around it goes down. Then they buy the property around it, and they continue this so that this orange thing spreads basically. But as it spreads, it's lowering values around it. So at some point, the ball's got to drop, and you're like, invest, spend money on your property. Gilbert loves historical renovations, which is, fuck yeah. Like, the guy's actually buying out these buildings on Woodward and investing to the point that, like, no one rents them for 3 years because 3 years of renovations are going on to bring them back up the code and to make it.
And this is called Woodward over here?
Yeah, Woodward is our main drag. It's the north-south road that goes from here to Pontiac. It goes 26 miles, and that's, in the long run, what the rail is going to go.
Oh, the light rail.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So right now, it's completely privately funded for 10 years. Mm-hmm. But because it's only private funds, it goes from here to here. Mm-hmm. And that's it.
Okay.
But, so, as far as neighborhoods go, this is downtown. It's 1 mile square. So it's half mile here, so 1 mile by 1.
Yeah.
And then this is what we call now Midtown, which is just a rebranding of old neighborhoods. So realistically, this is the Cass Corridor. This is the Brush neighborhood. These are the old projects that got torn down. This is the Art District because you got the College of Creative Studies, like the DIA, other museums. And this is Wayne State University, which also extends over to here. So we got the football field and whatnot. This, sadly, all this used to be this neighborhood too. These are all houses that look like ours.
Right.
They got torn down.
They got torn down, huh?
Yeah.
Just because they were dilapidating?
They didn't invest in them as far as... So, like, once this got torn down, the city gave Wayne State these properties and said, if you tear them down, then you can have...
Okay, so they're torn down, but they're not for sale or anything. That's just Wayne State owns all that.
Yeah. So, like, they're encroaching here and, like, reading, like, the books around here. Like, the residents... are like, all right, fine, you can tear it down to improve the city, but you tore it down to put a practice field? Right. Give me a break.
Right.
But, so as far as neighborhoods go, and then up to the north, if you travel just across, the railroad tracks here, right here, then there's a house per block.
One house per block.
But it's on purpose again, because you got Henry Ford Hospital here, buying all of those up, so they're going to put a cancer research center right here.
Okay. They've
already broke ground on the main building right there, and all this red is Henry Ford Hospital that they've slowly started to acquire. So.
And what's that? Is that going to help or hurt the property values? I mean, or the development or the revitalization?
It's gonna help. So the ultimate goal, you can kind of see this if you step back. This is Boston Edison, like neighbor that you heard before.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of talk about it.
And this is Corktown.
Okay.
And this is Woodbridge. So it'd be a straight line of goodness, basically, if you will, up and down here. So if that ends up being what it's supposed to be, I mean, like these condos right here, for us, 200 for a condo is, it's a good condo place, basically.
Right.
So you got about 200 here, about 350
for houses here, about 350.
Yeah, for condos. It's like mostly like high density condos over here. It's single family housing here. Well, basically everywhere except for like these neighborhoods, honestly.
Gotcha. Now everyone's talking about Mexican Town, which is like over here, right?
Yep.
What's going on over there?
It's another high density neighborhood. I guess people may be talking about it because probably two things. One, it survived all of the crises that we've had here. It's always been there. It's always gonna be there. People take care of their houses. And two, this thing right here is the Gordie Howe Bridge that Canada is paying for by themselves. So it got to the point that I don't know if it was our state or our federal government, but Canada at some point just says, you need a second bridge, you idiots. And we'll pay for it because no one is actually going to lead this.
Because you Americans suck at getting anything done.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they're saying that, like, we're going to build this. We're even going to, like, put your stuff here. You just need to do a plaza, a connection to your expressway. And we will just recoup our costs by keeping all the tolls. So at this point, this is the Gordie Howe Bridge that's going to go in.
Gordie Howe, really?
Yeah. Well, like, that's the thing. It's
Canadians,
hockey,
yeah,
and it's a Detroit hockey player.
Sure, yeah.
So it's that's
pretty cool.
That's a so Canada thing to do.
And what's with the waterfront? Is there revitalization with the waterfront at all? Is there?
Yeah. So on multiple fronts, this is a parking lot right here. This is like the Renaissance Building is the main headquarters. Well, it is the headquarters right now of GM. This is their parking lot. That parking lot right now, them and like Dan Gilbert are working together to develop this into residential. So this is a park. This is a parking lot. This is going to be high-end living. But, I mean, this is all just standing back and looking at it because no one's allowed to look at it. The Amazon proposal would include this. I mean, like, we would just give that to Amazon if they happen to come here.
And all this down here, this is all, still, is this public waterfront or is people live on the waterfront there?
Public here. This is called Harbortown. So, like, that's an actual, like, neighborhood that, more like a gated community with high towers. And this is a very special property, if you will. It's, Uniroyal site. So like Uniroyal makes tires.
Yeah.
And for a long time they were making tires there and polluting the shit out of the land. So it's been on
is it like a Superfund site or?
Yup, and it has been for over 10 years, but it's supposed to be, like able to be developed like I'm talking about like next year.
Right.
So like Dan Gilbert is, because he's basically playing Monopoly here, wants to get like the development rights for that.
So if you, as a city planner, if you're like, man, I wish people would start developing this area, where would be like a place that was like, man, it's got so much potential, but no, it's not really happening yet?
I think this connection right here is going to be huge because you need things that extend out into other neighborhoods. And to do that, you need to have something that happens here spread out. And first off, so like this yellow color, city-owned lots.
Really? That's all city-owned. Every yellow color on this map is city-owned?
Yep.
And are they selling them, or?
No, because if you do, you flood the market.
You flood, if you...
So you can contact the city and ask them.
Right.
But they're not going to just like have them all for sale.
No, but I'm saying, so, but you can, if you see one you want, you can, there is a process to get it.
Absolutely.
Huh. Otherwise, you're just buying from people who are selling their property or from landowners or...
So like... The time that like the PR got really bad, you see all like the green color here?
Yeah.
That's one property owner. He bought all those from the city at dirt cheap. It was only like $500,000 for all the green you see.
Holy cow.
Because he wanted to plant a forest there and he wanted to sell trees. So he has now a tree nursery there.
No shit.
All the green lots.
That's amazing.
In the meantime, this is Indian Village.
That's Indian. And what's Indian Village?
Indian Village is one of the first suburbs or high-class communities. It's, 5,000 square foot houses built in 1910.
Right.
It's exquisite neighborhood. This is West Village right next to it, a smaller neighborhood, but that's more of like, they're getting a lot of commercial development there now. Their houses are going for much more, relatively speaking, honestly, but like much more as in like 250, 300 for a house there.
Right.
So like you can see like that's about the same distance
Yeah.
as here. So like we were also one of
But
the first
this
streetcar.
also is going to have the more. This has the transportation that this doesn't have yet, right? This has the public transportation in here, the streetcar.
Yeah.
You're saying.
But rumors are, I mean, like this is, I mean, rumors are for transportation in Michigan, like will take 10 years anyways.
Right.
But would be like the next streetcar. We already have one here. It would be down Jefferson to like the Belle Isle Bridge,
Okay.
if it happens.
Right.
But that would be solely from private funds again. So that'd probably be a combination of GM and property owners down here.
Interesting.
So